There we go. Start video. Whoops, start video. There we go. Okay. So guys, let's start with our weights. Just our weights. We'll stand up nice and tall. So feet just about hip distance apart. Standing real nice and tall, shoulders away from your ears. Okay, guys, just grab a mat, weights, and a squishy ball. They're right there. All right, so shoulders away from your ears, standing in your neutral. So feel the top of your head reaching up, your heels pressing down, and then everything in between is neutral. So remembering to have that little space behind your lumbar spine, your ribs stay tight around your center, and then just nice and slow, we're gonna start just arms wide, and then slow lower back down. So as your arms open, nothing else in your body changes. So you might feel how your ribs want to lift. We're not going to do that. We're just isolating. So it's arms and arms. Good, arms up. And slow come down. Go forward like that. Straight out. Control. And 3. Up. Control. Last 2. And down, and then go one more. You're gonna go right out. Stay when you're there. Now turn your palms to face up, and then turn them down. Palms up, palms down. And down, go for 4 more. Up. Tiny little bend in your elbows so you're not locking. 3, and down. Last 2, up, and down. Last 1, go up, and then down, and then turn them to face forward. Stay right there. Okay, so now you're gonna go straight in front. Open up. So again, think about your ribs, think about what else is happening in your body. Should not be doing anything like that. Keep your body just nice and neutral as those arms move. And you're reaching, right? Always reaching. So I'm reaching forward, I'm reaching wide. 3, forward and wide. Last 2. And reach, and then go 1 more. In, reach out. Let's go forward. Lower them right down. Okay, so make sure your feet are about hip distance apart and nice and parallel. We're gonna come right up onto our toes. So press through each one of your toes, lift straight on up, bring your arms up with you, holding when you're there, and then slowly drop your heels, arms come down. So we'll go up here, heels lift, move straight up in space, heels down, and down. Good, go 4. Up, and down, keeping that neutral. Up, and up, down, and down. Last 3, up, down, and down. Go 2 more. Up, down, and down. Remember, trying not to lean forward. Up, and up. Now stay up here. Take a breath, keeping your shoulders back against an imaginary wall, so not leaning forward. You're just gonna bend straight down. As you stand up, open those arms wide. It doesn't matter how far you bend, and if that bothers your feet, you can bring your heels down. That's totally fine. Right up. Good. So think about your ribs again. Remember, now that we have more moving parts, don't let those ribs go. Go 3. Straight up, go for 2. In. Last 1, in. Press out, lower those heels, lower those arms all the way, and then move your shoulders a little down. Okay, and then from there, bend your elbows 90-degree angles, hold them like an inch or so away from your body. You're gonna rotate your arms out, and then bring them back in. So as you rotate out, think about the tops of those arms. We don't wanna do that kind of a thing. Your body stays still, arms out, and in, good. And in for 4, out, and in. Get that maximum turn out, and then bring them back in, keeping those collarbones wide, shoulders stay away from those ears, out, and in. Last one, go out, stay there, and then go up 2 inches, and down 2. Do that again, so up, and in, good. Up, and in for 6, in, 5. Ribs are still tight around your center, your body is still neutral, 3, and in, go for 2. And in, last 1, and and in, and then reach all the way up. So you're here, stay right there. You're gonna come down into a squat. So this time your upper body will hinge forward, come down low. As you stand up, reach your arms straight up. So you're on that little angle, press through your heels, your core connects, reaching up. So go 6 there. Inhale down, abs deepen, press. 5, and reach, go for 4. In, and reach, 3 more. Last 2, wide, and up. Last 1, down, press up, and then bend those elbows and stay wide. Just pivot forward. And up. Inhale, down, and up. Good, go 6. Watch those upper traps. Don't let your elbows lift too high so you get into your upper traps. Up. Go for 3. Down, and up. Last 2. And up, last 1, down, up, reach, and then come all the way down. Give those guys a little roll up. Okay, and then let's do just a little lunge set. So we're gonna have let's step our right foot back. So feet about hip distance apart. We're gonna step our right foot back just a nice comfortable distance. So your left heel is underneath your left knee, and then hinge your upper body forward. So feeling your right heel reaching away from the top of your head. And then bring those arms back behind you. So hold when they're back and kind of above your head. And then just bend those elbows in and reach out. So really thinking length through your spine as you bend. Keep that length as you reach. In, slow. In, exhale, reach. Slow. In, collarbones stay wide for 4, 3, last 2, last 1. Exhale, reach back, stay. Now open it up 2 inches, squeeze into, and out 2, and into. Go 6, and wide. Collarbones stay wide, ribs stay tight around your center. 4, out, squeeze. 3, out, squeeze. Last 2, out, squeeze. Last 1, out, squeeze. And now bring your arms down by your hips, step that right leg in, and then reach right back. So do that again. You're gonna come in, and then reach straight back. Now this time you're gonna come in. When you reach your leg back, reach your arms forward. So now come in, reach those arms away from that right heel. In, all your weight in your right heel, in your left heel, sorry. Slow in, and reach. Last 3, and reach. Long, last 2, and reach. Last 1, reach all the way out, and then bend that right leg in, and stand all the way up. This guy's a little roll up, and then we'll flip around, so stepping your left foot forward, start with feet hip distance apart, then step your left back, reaching your heel away from the top of your head, come into that little lunge forward. Arms back behind above your hips, palms face down this time. So now just slow bend in, pull those arms back. Yes, slow as you bend in. Collarbones stay wide. Nice long spines. 5, go for 4. In, reach long, go for 3. In, reach. Last 2, reach. Last 1. In, keep pressure through that right heel. You ready? Lift those arms up 1 inch, down an inch, straight up an inch. Hold, and down. Your core is staying connected. Really feel those upper arms lifting. Pause, upper arms lower. Good. 5, and down. Let's go for 4. Up, and down. Go for 3. Up, and down. Last 2. And down, last 1. Stay when you're there. You ready? Step that lefty forward. Arms come down. Step that lefty back, reach those arms. Lefty in, even weight through the inside and outside of that right foot. Now let's come in. As you reach your left leg back, reach your arms forward. So pulling in. Think about that even weight through the inside and outside of that right foot. Reach. Slow in. And how are your ribs doing? As you reach your arms up, your ribs want to lift, don't let them. Go 3. And in, go for 2. And last one. Melt again, drop it down. Oh, stand all the way up. Good job, guys. Okay, onto the mat. Grab your squishy ball, have your weights handy as well. So we'll lie flat. So make sure you can see. Okay. So feet about hip distance apart. Grab your ball, pop it between your inner thighs. All right. Make sure your weights, you can grab those easily as well. And then just turn your palms to face up, so don't worry about your weights just yet. Feeling that you're in neutral here, so your collarbones are wide, your rib cage is tight around your center, your tailbone is tipping away from you that little bit. You have those nice long waistlines. And then just slowly, belly button towards your spine, press through your heels, lift those hips right on up towards the ceiling and stay. Knees reaching away from the top of your head. Slowly articulate down, so rolling through your spine, slow and controlled all the way until you're neutral. Hold. And then do that again. Belly button to spine, exhale, press through those heels, lifting. Stay. And then again, slowly articulating down. One vertebra at a time. Tailbone is heavy at the end of that movement, so you'll feel that little space behind your low back, then squish it as you begin rolling and lifting. Melt all the way down, so just feeling that articulation through each vertebra of your spine. Come back to neutral, and then this one we're going to stay up. So belly button in, exhale, press through those heels, lift and hold. So let's all make sure we can touch our heels with our fingertips. If you can't, just walk your heels in a little closer to your bum. You really want to feel glutes instead of all hamstrings. Palms face up, just squeeze your inner thighs. So exhale as you squeeze in, inhale as you release. Exhale as you squeeze, inhale, release. So go for 5 like that, just thinking about those inner thighs. As the movers, your glutes are working, holding you in this little lift. Your core is keeping your body nice and neutral. 3, control, go for 2. Control, and go 1 more, squeeze in nice and tight, stay. Now bring your bum down, it almost touches the mat, and then press straight up. Squeeze those inner thighs tight. So now instead of rolling down, just bring your bum down, your body comes down kind of in one piece, press through those heels, lift. Inhale down. Go for 4, slowly lowering and press. 3. Exhale, press with a squeeze. Go for 2. Exhale, press and squeeze. Last 1. Exhale, press, squeeze up, staying right there. Slowly, let's roll all the way down. Right back down and through to neutral. Okay, now hands behind your head. So elbows hover off the mat just a little bit. Tuck your chin and then curl up to flexion. So looking down towards your knees. Squish well there, stay when you're there. So really feeling your lowest couple of ribs are nice and close towards the top of your hip bones. Slowly come all the way down and take a breath. And then do that again. So tuck your chin, exhale as you curl forward. Holding when you're up there, take a nice deep breath. And then slowly melt back down. So let's think about a couple things as we do this. So tuck your chin, ribs slide down towards the top of your hip bones. Your glutes are relaxed. They want to help, don't let them. Keep them relaxed. Think about your inner thighs, just gently squeezing around the ball. Keep your pelvis totally still as you come down. 2 more like that. Tuck that chin, glutes stay relaxed. Curl up. Slowly come down. And 1 more, tuck your chin, exhale, curling up, and then stay at the top. So holding it up here. Now just squeeze inner thighs, squeeze tight, and little release. So as you squeeze, feel your abs deepening, inner thighs and abs work together for 4. Exhale, squeeze for 3. Exhale, squeeze for 2. Exhale, squeeze 1 more. Hold that nice tight squeeze. Now pull your upper body up 1 more inch. Hold 1 inch back. Keep those collarbones wide. Ribs slide down towards your hips. Wide was the word. Collarbones are wide. So instead of doing like this, curling everything in, stay open across your chest.
3, slow, exhale 2, and back, exhale 1, and then slow come all the way down, right to the mat. Good job, guys. Okay, now grab that ball. You're gonna put it underneath your right foot. Have your feet about hip distance apart, still thinking about those long waistlines, nice wide open collarbones. So we did our hip lift where we pressed into both feet. Now we're just going to be using our left glute because our right is on this unstable ball. So let's keep our pelvis as steady as you can. One hip is going to want to drop, one's going to want to lift. Let's try and avoid that. So press through your left heel, deepen your abs, and then lift your hips right up. So they should just lift with one piece straight up. Hold when you're there. Now let's try and keep our right foot as light as you can on the ball. So instead of pressing down, we're going to wobble all around. If we do that, we want to keep that foot a little bit light. From here, just bring your hips down. Almost touch the mat, and then press back up. So if anyone wants a little extra, you can add arms with weights. You can add arms without weights. Inhaling down. Exhale, press. Inhaling down, exhale, press. Go for 4 more like this. Press to that left heel, lifting. 3. No pressure to use those weights at all, whatever feels good for you. Last 2. Exhale, press. You ready? 1 more. Exhale, press up, stay at the top. Now from here, you're gonna reach your right leg out on the ball. Oopsie, sorry, roll it on the ball. You got it? And then pull that right leg back in. So keep your hips lifted as your right leg moves away, and then pull back in, keeping those hips lifted. Now add arms if you want. Reach those arms overhead as your right leg reaches. Constant pressure through your left heel, keep those hips lifted, reaching away, and then pull in. Very good, guys. 3, reach, pull in. You've got 2. And in. 1 more, reach, come right in, and then roll all the way down. Come right through to neutral, and pause. Good, bring your weights, your hands down by your side. Slide that ball over so it's underneath your left foot. So find that neutral again, ribs are tight around your center. Remember, if you feel your back, don't add the arms, and you can keep your left foot a little bit heavier on the ball. Just make sure you're really listening to your body. Do what feels good for you. So pressing through your right heel this time, lift those hips up together. Stay when you're up there. All right, so remember, if you want to add those weights, you can go ahead and do so. You're going to bring your hips down, arms reach, and then exhale, press. Inhale, slow. Exhale, press. So all about that right glute on this side. Working as you lower, working as you lift. Think about that right inner thigh as well. Right inner thigh squeezing toward your midline a little. 3. Go for 2. Last 1. Exhale, press up. Stay at the top. Now left leg, let's reach it away. And then bring it back in. Keep your hips nice and lifted and level. Add arms if you want. You can reach. So with the arms, it's not just that extra arm work, right? It's extra core. Working, keeping your ribs tight around your center. That's not easy to do. Reach. And in for 3. Keep those hips nice and lifted. Constant pressure through that right heel. Go for 2. Last 1, reach, come back in, roll all the way down. Bring those weights down by your side. Grab that ball and just pop it off to the side. All right, and then feet back about hip distance apart. Let's just find our center point in our body again. So let's roll back up, belly button towards your spine as you roll up. Holding at the top, knees reaching away from the top of your head. Slowly articulate back down. Letting each vertebra press down to the mat 1 at a time. Come to neutral. Hold. And then do that again. Belly button in. Exhale, press. And then slowly roll all the way. And hold. Go 2 more. Think about your upper body being nice and quiet, collarbones wide, back of your rib cage is heavy. Let's lift our right heel up and then lift your left heel up so you're on both toes. So just like you're light on your toes. You should feel your low abs a little bit, just kind of holding your legs a little bit lighter on the mat. So just feel those low abs starting to work. Think about those ribs staying tighter at your center. And then let's bring our right leg up to tabletop. So knee above your hip, and then bring your left leg. So if you feel your back immediately here, or if you start to feel it as we're working, bring one leg down and you'll alternate. If not, just keep both legs up there. Okay, so from here, we're just gonna reach our right leg away, hold when it's out there, and then pull back in. Left leg, reach out, and then slow come back in. So as your right leg reaches, the farther it reaches away from you, the harder it is. So if you feel your back again, just don't reach your leg as far. Gotta get those abs working instead of letting it go into our backs, which can sometimes take some time. And again, left reaches, slow, bring it in. One more, right? And you don't need to extend your legs fully, just whatever feels good for you. One more left, bring that leg back in and then stay. Now from here, squeeze your inner thighs right together. You're gonna bring your hands behind your head. Elbows hover off the mat, tuck your chin and curl up to flexion. So you're looking down towards those knees. Ribs, our collarbones are wide, ribs are tight around your center. Hold in this position. So keeping that little curl as you reach your right leg. Pull it back in. Keep that curl as you reach your left leg and pull it back in. Let's add a little upper body if you want. So right leg reaches, upper body can move down, right leg in, upper body up. Then go left, inhale out. Right, reach away. And left, reach away. Good, right again. Inhale back, exhale, curl. Left, inhale back, exhale, curl up. One more right, reaching, abs deepen in. Very good, guys. Left, reaching, abs deepen in. Lower your right, lower your left, lower those heels, lower your upper body all the way down. Guys, hug your knees in, have a little roll around there one way and the other. And then we're gonna go onto our side. So let's line our left side. So have your heels underneath your sitting bones. To start. So hips are stacked, shoulders are stacked, left ribs are that little bit lifted off the mat. And then if the back of your head and your bum were in line, your heels would be in that same line. All right, and then from there, let's just lift our top leg. So that's your right leg, lift it up, your heels stay together. So just rotating up and then slow control as you come down. So as you lift that leg, squeeze that right glute, lift up to that high point, and then slow control back down. So exhale, go 8 like that. Straight up, slow and controlled down, go 7. And slow, exhale, 6. And slow, go for 5. Feel how your abs are working to keep your pelvis still as this leg moves. 4. Down, last 3, squeeze. And down, last 2. And down, last 1, squeeze up. Hold at the top, go up 1 more inch. Squeeze, and down. Squeeze, and down. So if each time you squeeze that right leg up, your body moves, deepen your abs a little bit. Try not to let anything else move except that right leg. 4 little squeezes. Go for 3 little squeezes. 2. Last 1, up, stay there. Now your knee's gonna come down, your foot's gonna come up. So right knee comes down and your foot lifts up. That's medial rotation. You got it? And then laterally rotate as you turn your leg back to that starting position. So medial rotation in and then lateral rotation out. So again, everyone's movement is gonna look completely different just depending on flexibility and range of movement in that hip. But think about your pelvis staying as still as you can keep it. So don't let your hip shift with your leg. Good, go for 4. So that's abs again, keeping your pelvis still, right? Always working those abs. 3, and down, go for 2 more. In, and out, and then go 1 more. In, turn that leg out, and then lower that leg all the way down. So take a breath there, and then we're just gonna kick our right leg straight out. So reach away from the top of your head, thinking length through both lines of your body, the top and the bottom, and then circle this leg around. So as you're circling, think about making the biggest circle you can while you keep your pelvis still. So it won't be huge, but think about, 8 inches or so in diameter. That's great. Doesn't need to be much bigger than that, but try and keep the circle a circle as you're moving your leg, right? Touch each edge of that circle for 3. Moving your thigh in that circular motion, not just your foot. Last one, hold, and then go the other way. So feel that you're initiating your movement from your thigh. Your pelvis will stay nice and steady that way. Go for 4, go for 3, go for 2, and then 1 more. Bend that leg all the way in and drop it down. Okay, now from here, just send your legs straight out underneath you, both of them. So we'll add a little extra stability challenge now. So start with your right hand in front of you. Just have a light touch. Don't put all your weight into your right hand. Really reach toes away from the top of your head. Try and keep your gaze straight in front of you so the back of your neck stays nice and long. Your head is heavy on that left arm. And then just lift your top leg. So that's your right leg lifted up to about hip height. Squeeze your bottom leg up to meet it. And then lower both legs together. So if you go too high with your right leg, it's going to be impossible to get that left up. So don't go too high. Up, up, and then squeeze them together as you lower down. Up right, up left, squeezing as you lower. Good. So now notice what happens with your upper body as you do that. Are you putting all your weight into your right hand, or are you able to stay light on those right fingertips? Maybe even you can bring your right hand onto your right hip. Whatever feels good, but really trying to stabilize with your core instead of using that arm for stability. 3, and control. And if you lift your arm up and you start to feel tension in your neck, I would bring your arm back down. You don't want to be gripping through your neck to keep yourself steady. Go 1 more, up, up, and then lower just to a hover as your legs come down. You're ready, you're going to go back up. Both legs together, and then both legs together back down. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. So go 6 here. Pause and down. Exhale up. Pause and down. Exhale up. Pause and down. Go for 4. Control. Go for 3. Control. Go for 2. And down, and then go 1 more. Exhale, squeeze up, and then stay when you're there. Okay, so your bottom leg is going to come 2 inches forward. Your top leg is going to come 2 inches back. Scissor them apart. Stay, and then scissor them back the opposite way. So as you scissor your legs, they want to drop, right? It's way easier if you drop them down. Try to keep them lifting. Don't let them lower. And how is everything else going in your body? Are you able to keep your ribs tight around your center? Is your pelvis still staying steady? It should be. Lots of abs. Last 2. And scissor. And then 1 more. Finish with your bottom leg forward. Stay. Are you ready for your last bit? Lift up 1 inch and down 1 inch. Both legs up 1 inch with your bottom leg forward and down 1 inch. Last 6. Up, pause, and down. You should really feel those right obliques now. Right glute, left inner thigh, and down, go for 4. And down, go for 3. And down, go for 2. Last one, squeeze up, stay, legs together, and then lower all the way down. Good job, guys. Okay, come on to your back. Give your Right glute a little stretch out. So right foot in front of your left knee, hug behind that left knee. Have a little stretch out there. Okay, and then when you're ready, we're going to start all over again on the other side. So your heels are underneath your bottom again. You're nice and lined up, so your gaze is straight ahead. Waistlines are long. Your right ribs are that little bit lifted off the mat. Ribs are holding tight around your body. And then let's just lift our left leg up. Keep your heels together. And then just slow control as you come down. So get to that high point and then slow lower. Exhale up and then inhale down. Exhale up, little squeeze. Inhale down. Good. So each time you lift, think about getting to that high point. And feel how your abs are working. Think about that belly button to spine idea each time you lift that leg. Feel that engagement. Engagement. 3. Slow and controlled. Go to 2. Slow and controlled. And then go one more. Squeeze up. Stay. Go up 1 more inch. And down. Little tiny squeezes. As you get into those squeezes, your hips want to roll, right? It gets harder. Don't let them. Your pelvis stacked. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Hold that squeeze. Now you're going to come into medial rotation. So knee comes down, your foot goes up. Keep your hips nice and stacked, and then switch to lateral rotation. So medial rotation in and lateral rotation out. So if you just looked at the top half of your body, nothing should be changing, right? Even from your hips up, nothing should be changing. It's just that thigh bone turning in and turning out. Don't turn in so much that your whole body is moving. Think about engaging your core so that your whole body isn't moving. One more, in and out, and then lower all the way down and stay. Okay, so now let's kick our left leg straight out underneath us. Really reach toes away from the top of your head, and then we're going to circle this leg around. So again, 6 to 8 inch diameter on your circle. Doesn't need to be huge. You want to keep your hips totally still. That's abs again. Your ribs are still hugging around your center. You shouldn't need to have all of your weight in your left hand. Try and make your circle small enough so that you can have a hand on your hip and still stay steady. Still steady. 4, 3, 2. Last one, go the other way. So again, reaching as you're circling, keeping those waistlines long. Go 6, 5, abs working 4, abs deep in 3, abs deep in 2, last 1, and then lower all the way down. Okay, now both legs straight out underneath you. Toes reach away from the top of your head. Now we really want to keep length in both waistlines. We don't want to let our right ribs press down. They are definitely going to want to. We're going to lift our top leg up, don't go too high. Squeeze your bottom leg up to meet it, and then lower them down together. So it's up, and then down together. Keep those inner thighs together that whole way down. Squeeze as you lower. Up, and control. Up, control. Good, go 5, squeeze, and down. Remember, you can try to bring your left hand onto your left hip as long as you're not feeling tension in your neck or you're not letting your right ribs press down. Slow, last 2 up, squeeze, and down. Last 1 up, squeeze, lower, and then lift both legs back up. So squeeze when they're up there, slowly lower. Exhale, squeeze, and down. So as you lift, remember not to let your right ribs move. Maybe just lift a teeny bit. Last two. Last one, lift, stay. Now scissor your legs, bottom leg forward, top leg back, stay, and then switch. Scissor, hold, and scissor, hold. Your legs don't need to be far away from each other. Just a little scissor is really hard to keep everything steady. Go for 4, scissor, and back. Go for 3, scissor, and back. Go for 2. And back. Last one, scissor, and back, and then bring that bottom leg forward, top leg back. Stay right there. You ready? Last little bit. Squeeze up an inch, both legs, down an inch. Up an inch, hold, and down an inch. Try and get that hold. Doesn't matter how high you go, but pause, and then down. Exhale up. Pause, and down. Go for 4. And down. Go for 3. Squeeze, and down. Last 2. Squeeze, and down. Last one, squeeze up, stay, legs together, lower all the way down. Okay, on to your back again, left foot in front of your right knee there. In. A little glute stretching there, slowly.
Okay, guys. Then, when you're ready, climb up. We're gonna come to a 4-point kneel. So hands under your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Really feel those 4 points. So hands aren't too close, aren't too wide, and then knees really underneath your hips. Then find your neutral. So think about kind of a comfortable position here, maybe something like that, your shoulder blades sliding together, your ribs dropping down. Let's try and keep our neutral. So neutral across your shoulder girdle, thinking of pressure through your palms so that your lats and your serratus are engaged and your shoulder blades are flat on your back, super important. Ribs are staying tight around your center, and then your pelvis is neutral, so you're not dropping one way or the other, just neutral through there. All right, and from here, without moving anything in your body other than your right leg, you're gonna kick your right leg straight out. So keep it on the mat and stay there. You can probably feel how your weight wants to shift to the left. We're not gonna let it. Your head might be starting to drop. We're not gonna let that. Keep the top of your head reaching away from your right toes as you lift your right leg up. So holding there, really feel that reach. Your right toes reach away from the top of your head. Now from there, if you want an extra challenge, let's extend our left arm in front as well. Left fingertips reach from right toes. Now it's gonna be really easy to lock your right elbow. Don't let that happen. Slowly drop your fingertips, drop your toes, and slowly lift. Inhale down, exhale up. So 6 like this. Inhale down. 5, slow, and lift. 4 more. Slow, and lift. 3 more. Last 2. And up. Last 1. Down. Lift up. Bend that right elbow, or bend that left elbow in, and your right leg in. Stay right there. We're gonna kick our left leg out. Hold when it's out there. Right knee is under your right hip. Right elbow is straight, left elbow is straight but not locked, and then you're going to extend your right arm in front with those left toes. Now from here, just tap. Same thing, and lift. Inhale down, keeping that spine nice and long. Exhale as you lift. Now your weight in your hips wants to shift to the right, doesn't it? We're not going to let it. Inhale down, and lift. Go for 4. Abs deep and lift. Go for 3. Abs deep and lift. Last 2. Keep pressure through that left palm. Last one up. Arm in, leg in. Sit right back to a shell stretch. Open those knees. Give those wrists a little twist out. Any of these can be done on your elbows as well if that feels better for you. All right. And then we're gonna come back up to here. So hands back under your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Again, in that neutral, so your pelvis is neutral, shoulders are nice and neutral. We'll go back to right leg. So we're gonna kick our right leg straight out. Lift it up, reach your toes away from the top of your head. If you want an extra challenge here, you can bring your left hand across, either on your left hip or just across your waistline. Okay, so it's gonna be right glute, or right thigh, medially rotate. So your knee comes behind your left, and then it's gonna laterally rotate as we kick up. So the same rotation we did, lying on our side, medial rotation in, and then lateral rotation out. So there's just that extra stability challenge. In, just, in, and turn out. So as you're doing this, your right hip could drop, and then your right hip could lift. We're not gonna let that happen. We're gonna keep our pelvis as still as we can. And out, go for 3. In, last 2, keep those necks nice and long. Last 1.
You can't really pushing the leg when you're going out, is the leg going to the side?
Medially rotate, I'll show you from the back.
Okay.
Medial rotation there, and then lateral rotation here. Just straight out, but in lateral.
Okay, thank you.
Last 1, in, turn it out, and then bend that leg right in. You can sit back for a little shell stretch, give those wrists a shake. Right. We're gonna do one more on this side. This time we're gonna bring our elbow down. So start up here again, actually, just hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Left elbow is gonna come down. You kind of cross it across. So you can just have a lighter touch with your right hand there. Still neutral. So when we're down like this, it's easy to touch. Let's not do that. Keep your waistlines long. Make sure your left elbow is really under your left shoulder. And then let's kick our righty out again. And then reach it out behind you. So because we're on this little bit of an angle, you can lift your leg a little higher. So let's try to get that high point each time. You don't want to lift so high that you're arching into your back. Your core must stay engaged, so we avoid that. All right, so we're just gonna bend that knee in. So come right down beside your left. Don't put your weight into it, just barely graze the ground. And then squeeze, lift that leg straight back. So inhaling down, and exhale up. So make sure you're looking in towards your left wrist a little bit so that neck stays nice and long. Slow as you come in, reach all the way back. So guys, this is your right leg moving, right? But think about what's happening with your left. Your left knee should be pressing into the mat each time you extend that right leg. That's engaging your left obliques and your left glute. That is keeping you steady. Do you feel that one as well? I hope so. In and reach, squeeze up. Very good, guys. 2 more like this. Squeeze back. And then 1 more. In, squeeze back, pressing through your left knee. Bend your right in. Sit back to that shell stretch again. When you're ready, come back up. So hands under your shoulders again, knees underneath your hips. So we'll start with that medial and lateral rotation one. So really feel that hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Kick your lefty out, hips stay level, lift that lefty up. If you want that extra challenge, you're welcome to bring your right hand across your body to your hip. Watch your left elbow, we don't want to lock that. You're gonna bring your lefty in a medial rotation and then turn it out in lateral straight up behind you. So slow as you come in, slow finding length as you kick out. In, slow in, and reach. In, exhale, right out. Medially rotating, laterally rotating. So that left hip wants to drop with you. Your right hip wants to shift to the side. Press through that right knee to keep that knee right under your hip.
4, right knee presses as you kick left. 3, last 2. In and reach, last 1. In, press, reach, bring that leg in and down, sit back to a shelf stretch.
Okay guys, we'll give our wrists a little break now. So we'll start with those hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips, then bring your right elbow down. So most of your weight will go into that right elbow. You're gonna kick your left leg straight out. Feel how your weight in your hips wants to shift right, don't let it. Kick or extend that left leg up behind you and then hold when you're there. So really reaching toes away from the top of your head. Remember, look down in towards your wrist so your neck stays long. You're gonna bend your left knee in. And then you're going to kick it all the way back up and go for a nice big squeeze. In with control. And exhale, squeeze it up. In. Each time I kick my left leg back, I press through my right knee to keep that side body engaged. That's right glute med and then right obliques are keeping you steady. 4, yeah, good, you guys, really nice. Keeping those ribs tight around your center, super high priority. Really think about those ribs hugging around your body. That's obliques, low abs working, keeping that pelvis neutral. Last 2. Last 1, exhale, squeeze it up, and then bend that leg in, sit yourself back again to that shell stretch. Those wrists a nice little shake, and then let's come down onto our knees. So we'll do a little extension. So just a reminder, when we're at the height of our extension, we're still looking down. So I think in an upward dog, maybe you're looking straight ahead. We're never going to be looking straight ahead. We're going to be always keep our neck really nice and long. So the height of your extension may be something, it may just be here, maybe up a little higher, but never like this. Okay? So start with your nose just hovering off your mat. Your hands as wide as your mat. And unlike yoga, most people have done this at some point in their life, an upward dog. We're not just pressing into our arms to lift ourselves, we're trying to strengthen our upper back. So don't just rely on your arms, we want to be using our upper back extensors, okay? So nose hovers off the mat. Upper body's nice and quiet. You can just let your shoulders round forward. Let's think about our legs a little bit. So reach your toes away from the top of your head. Then think about your core engaging. So belly button towards your spine, your ribs tighten up around your center. And then just imagine there's a marble in front of your nose. You're just gonna roll it away like maybe 2 inches and begin lifting through your upper back. So think about just lifting just slightly. It does not need to be a big movement. Hold when you're up, kind of as high as it feels good. Make sure you're still looking down. Make sure those collarbones are wide. And then let's go for an extra little reach, like you're trying to reach your collarbones forward. Find that extra bit of length, and then slowly melt all the way down. Come back down to your starting position. And then do that again. So core connects, legs are reaching. Think of sliding those shoulder blades down your back slightly, roll that marble away just ever so slightly, and then lift on up. Good, so again, holding there, find that length, top of your head reaches away from your toes. Slowly lower back down. No, it feels like you're hardly moving. Let's do that again. So core connects, reach for your toes. Roll those shoulders back, shoulder blades down your back, and then lead with your nose that little bit as you come on up. This time, let's stay here. See if we can get an extra little reach. Top of your head and your collarbones reach away from your toes. Lift your elbows. Can you lift your fingertips? It's okay if you can't. Holding there for 5. Keep reaching for 4, 3,
2, and then lower all the way down, and then press yourself back. Take a nice couple breaths there. And then let's come to seated. So sit, feet about hip distance apart. Have your weights handy. I'll give you an option for weights. You definitely do not have to use them. We'll sit up really nice and tall. So think about that openness across your chest and your collarbones that we just found. Shoulders stay away from your ears. We'll do no weights to start, and then I'll give you some options. All right, so arms up, keep everything nice and neutral. So I have that little space behind my low back, just like when I was lying on the mat right now, right? Ribs are tight around your center. As you roll back, think of rolling from your lumbar spine first. So rock your pelvis back, rolling those hips back, ribs come back that little bit. You're really not moving that far. Now think about your shoulders, your collarbones wide, shoulders away from your ears. You got a good job, everybody. Now from here, arms go up, nothing else changes in your body, and then arms come down. So as your arms lift, we want to do that kind of a thing, right? We're not going to, we're going to keep this still. And if you can't keep that still, I would just come up a little bit. Doesn't matter how far back you go. Go for 3, and back. Go for 2. And back. Good. One more. Go up and down. And then use those low abs to roll that pelvis all the way up as you come back to tall. Okay, so let's add on from there. Exhale, scoot back again. Holding in that little scoop. Collarbones wide, shoulders away from your ears. Really keep those guys back. Now from here, just your right arm, open it out to the side. Stay when you're there. And then bring that right arm back in. Then do the same thing left. Exhale. Good. Slow, bring it back in. Go right again, reaching, and in, and then left, let's reach. Back in, and then maybe use those abs, come back to seated. And once you can add weights, you can tell it's obviously hard enough without weights, but if you want to, you can do it. I'm not. Sit up really nice and tall. So shoulders stay away from your ears. Now scoop, hips back, ribs back, shoulders back. Staying there. So I like to say sometimes if you had headlights on your hip bones, your headlights, I say this all the time, your headlights will be facing the ceiling, right? That's how rolled back your pelvis is. Here my headlights are facing forward, here my headlights are facing up. So that's all that scoop is from your pelvis really. Now from here, you're gonna open your right arm out to this side. This time we're gonna add a little twist. You're gonna reach behind you, look back towards your fingertips with your eyes. You don't need to go too far, all the way back through center. Do the same thing left. So your arm opens, your collarbones stay wide, reach it back, and then slow come back through center. Keep those shoulders away from your ears. When your right arm opens, your ribs open up, your pelvis doesn't really change. And then come back through center and then go left. Opening, reaching, and slow come back in. One more to the right. Feel that nice sense of openness across your chest. And then back in. One more left. Come back through center, and then come all the way back to seated nice and tall. Okay, we're gonna do one more here. Arms reach forward again. Exhale, scoop. Stay when you're in that little bit of a scoop. Now from here, I'm gonna give you an option. You can lift a leg up if you want. You don't have to. We're gonna bring our hands right here. Headlights are facing the ceiling, right? Exhale, rotate towards that right bend leg. Little twist. And then inhale back. If you want an extra add-on, you can reach this guy out. And then pull it into the twist. So the same twist we were doing with both legs down. It's fine if you want to keep them both down. Go 3, reach. And rotate. Go for 2, reach. Last one, reach. Back through center, right down, come all the way up. Take a breath. Same thing left, okay? Here, exhale, scoop. Holding when you're in that little bit of a scoop, even weight on your hips. We're gonna lift our lefty up if you want to, hands behind your head, and go for that little twist. Doesn't need to be a huge twist. Listen to your body. Exhale, twist, and back. You can add that leg, still pull it in as you twist. Reach as long as you come to center for 5. And reach, go for 4. And reach, 3 more. Reach, abs deepen 2. Abs deepen 1. Back to center, leg down, come all the way up. Bring the soles of your feet together, let those inner thighs have a little stretch out. A nice couple breaths there. Awesome. Okay, we have one last little bit. My favorite. Hopefully some of yours as well. Come all the way down, grab your squishy ball. Keep your weights handy. We're gonna put the ball underneath our tailbone. Okay, so you can start with your palms facing up by your sides. If you've done this with me lots, or you want to, you can start with your weights in your hands as well. Doesn't matter. But let's just try to stay open across our chest and our collarbones. Feel the back of your rib cage is nice and heavy. Those headlights on your hip bones are facing the ceiling. It's going to be really easy to tuck your pelvis here. We don't want to do that. So start with your heels lifting, so you're just on your toes. And you can kind of get an idea of what's going to happen, right? Your core is going to need to keep you steady on top of this ball. So really important that back of your rib cage stays heavy here. If you let those ribs go, you're just automatically going to drop into your low back, which is going to feel terrible. So let's not do that. All right, right leg is going to come up to tabletop. Left leg up, and then stay when you're there. So give your inner thighs a little squeeze together, find that stability through the center of your body. Feel the back of your rib cage is staying heavy. If you want, you can grab those weights and reach your arms up. You can just reach your arms up. You can keep them down. Okay, so from here, all we're gonna do, thighs move away from our belly button 1 inch or so, and then thighs pull back in. So as your legs move away, feel your abs deepening that little bit. As your legs pull back in, your abs are still working. Legs away, and legs pull in, very good. Now let's reach just our right leg. Go all the way up if you can, and then slow bring it back in. Then go left, exhale, reach out, and slow come back in. So let's add arms with this. Arms reach, right leg reaches. Sorry, arms reach overhead, I should say. Arms reach overhead, left leg reaches in front, and then back in. Remember, just do the arms or just the legs, if that feels better for you. One more here. Reach back in and stay. Now you're gonna reach just your right arm with your right leg, and then pull all the way back in. Just your left and your left. And let's do that right and right. Reach up, deepen, keep those ribs tight around your center. Left and left, reach out, deepen, and right back in. Ready, we're gonna go right arm to the side, right leg in front. So pulling you even more to the right side there, don't let yourself go. Left arm to the side, left leg in front, and then pull back in. Exhale. Doesn't matter how far your arm goes, doesn't matter how far your leg goes. Keep that stability. Let's go right and in. You ready? One more, left and left. Pull in, stay. Bring your legs into a diamond. So big toes kind of touch towards one another. Then you're gonna kick your right leg to the side. So like a turn down tabletop, and then kick to the side. Now go left. Go to the side that little bit and slow pull back in. Do that again, right leg, keep that left hip heavy, and then left hip, very good, you guys, it's not easy, and then pull it right back in. Now let's go right arm, right leg, that one's real hard, everything go to the side, and then pull in, left arm, left leg. Notice I'm not opening my arm that wide, otherwise I'd be on the floor. Right and right, and in, left and left. Back in, one more, right and right. All the way in, One more left and left. All the way in. Stay there, legs together, lower your right foot down, lower your left, lower your arms. Press into your heels, just slide on that ball. Hold at the top in that little hip lift there, just bring that little bit of a stretch. And then roll all the way down. Right to neutral. Hug your knees into your chest, have a little roll around. Torture's over, we'll just have a little stretch. Hug that right knee into your chest. You can reach your left straight underneath you. So take a nice couple of breaths there, feeling that right knee pulling in tight, left toes reach away. And then let's bring that right leg all the way across your body. Down to the left side, reach your right arm away. So right fingertips reach away from your right knee. Nice couple of breaths there. And then you can bring your right leg back through center, send it right underneath. You hug your left knee tight. Keep those right toes reaching away from the top of your head. And then bring that left leg all the way over to the right side of your body. Left fingertips now reach away from left knee. And then bring that left knee back in. Right knee hugs in, and then just have a little roll around there. One way and the other. And then when you're ready, you can just roll over. Thanks, guys. Nice work.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks, guys. Have a good weekend. Sorry, I was